I ain't telling that story, but it's great. It's epic.
Dang. Well, now I want to know.
All right, I'll tell it.
Okay.
Yeah, East Texas Ticks, what they call me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Grayford's that far from here, but whatever. I veer him towards the tree. I thought, that ain't going to work. And I veer him towards the left, and I just crashed him something into that barbed wire fence. I mean, boom! That Border Patrol, I said, he said, why ain't he talking? He said, hell, it don't matter. He said, once you get done with us, and turn us loose and take us back to Mexico, he said, we're as good as dead. He said, you might as well just shoot us right here.
How are the yearlings doing?
They're good. I got them all in, got them all straight, got them all turned out.
They're not yours, so it's okay for me to ask how many you got turned out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that offensive?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, they're my buddies, CJ's.
Yeah.
CJ Page, CM Livestock. He's got about right now on wheat.
Yeah.
And he's got a few silent partners. I don't know who they are. I don't ask. I don't care. His money's good. But yeah, he's good to do business with, and he buys a lot of cattle. He's got this new thing going, this live ag, and it's going good, and they're buying and selling good cattle, and it's just started. But yeah, he buys good cattle.
Well, I'm not trying to get in your business. The reason I ask is just like giving people that aren't maybe familiar with the industry what it's like to
sit out there and have a set of cojones to buy 4,000 head with the market the way it is. It takes a hell of a man.
Well, that is, yes, I was talking more about just the care on them and what the scope of work looks like behind making sure that 4,000 head of yearlings stay alive.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty big deal too. But we got a good crew, and these guys that are helping me this winter are very trustworthy, and I trust them, and I know that I don't have to be there every day watching. We split the trucks, and them guys, they work hard, and they work their asses off, and they work every day. So when the owner of the cattle come and look, we'll go drive around and look at cattle, and he sees them Cowboys horseback, and it makes him feel better. And it makes me feel better that I know I can trust them.
How many of y'all is it total?
There's just 4 of us this year.
But it was you're turning them out at different times too. It's not like you got 4,000 out just one day.
Absolutely not. No, sir. They come in different time periods. Most cattle come into the yard, and we'll process them, try to get them hot wire broke. And them farmers, most of them, they'll let us try to get a pretty good handle on them, straighten them out, hot wire break them, and then we'll kick them to wheat, and it just helps us. Yeah. Hot wire breaking them makes a world of difference.
There at the yard?
Yes, sir.
How do you hot wire break them?
Man, we just got a shitload of training fences up all over. We just line them fences to the water right there next to it and just flag the hell out of it. And them cattle, they is curious, they're bawling, weaning. They can't help but not to try to chew on that flagging tape.
Right.
Man, you give them a good week and a half.
How far off the fence or do you cut it in half or something?
Nope. I put it about a foot off the fence, drive just like you're building the fence, and then if they break it, they get into it, we're riding pins every morning, or somebody is, so they want to make their job easier, they'll fix the hot wire.
Right.
The training fence is what we call
them. How long you keep them in the yard before you kick them out on wheat?
It all depends on the cattle, and CJ is very good about letting me make that decision. But if we're having a little hell, we'll keep them in there a little longer. And if they're doing good, like he buys a lot of northern cattle that are just badass number ones, and we're in and out. Just give me 3 or 4 days on them.
Buy them off a ranch or through a order buyer?
That's all CJ does is watch sales. He is always watch sales on the phone, buying and trading cattle for all kinds of people. So we get the cream of the crop. Yep. It works really good for our program that we're doing.
So usually when something shows up, you know enough about them.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know where they're coming from. The only thing I don't know is the truck driver bringing them. For the most part. And if they come out of sale barn, I know what sale barn and We got it down to a system now. Like we only buy from certain barns, and so we usually have pretty good luck. But it is yearlings, and anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know, you can go sunny 75, then have a damn free. You know, it's been an up and down winter. We've roped our asses off this winter. We've had, I ain't gonna lie, we've had hell.
The smoothest day of roping was probably when I came and helped you, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah. I did good, huh?
You bet. You did. Cole did good too. Yeah.
Oh,
Miles, he loved it.
Yeah. No, Miles was my biggest cheerleader.
Oh yeah.
That was
yeah,
so
he
funny.
did, Dale.
Yeah. Before I even threw my loop. Oh, that was funny.
He thinks you hung the moon.
Yeah. We'll keep him tricked for a while. How much does he get to go out there?
I make him go every weekend.
Yeah.
He don't have a choice.
Right.
But he's very involved in sports, so I let him be a kid. But for a 8-year-old boy, I think he gets talked to like a grown ass man, and that's probably not right. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I'll chew his ass, or I gotta chew anybody else's ass, or take an ass chew myself.
I did notice that. Yeah. He's very respectful. He's very mature, I think, for an 8-year-old.
That's his mama. His mama done a very good job.
Yeah. So the yearlings, if you can tell they're having trouble, you'll leave them
in the yard.
For a little bit.
We'll go to grass trap and try to find a patch of wheat, straighten them out, you know.
Yeah, something where they're a little easier to watch every day.
Yes, sir.
And then how often are you riding through them after you feel like they're relatively straight?
I'll go about every other day.
Every other day?
Yeah.
So when you think they're straight, you're still going out there 3 times a week?
Try to, yes, sir. Head counts, you know, we try to. We got some big-ass fields. And there's just some you can't count. But like all them hot water places, we try to count the cattle.
Right.
You know, and then our biggest deal is pushing cattle to water when we turn them out. A good week to 10 days. Them guys that told me what to do, you always push cattle to water.
Yeah.
Hold them up. And it just helps you in the long run, keeps them gentle.
Uh-huh.
You know, it ain't a gosh dang, Sherry. It ain't a show when you go to move graze out cattle around or ship cattle, you know, because you're in them.
Right. They're used to watching you on a horse.
That's right. We hold cattle up a lot.
So you get pretty excited first time you start kicking stuff out because you get to do a lot of roping, huh?
Yes, sir.
But then you get pretty excited when you ship the last truck off.
Yes, sir.
And then you take a little break.
Take a little break. Well, I'll say that. Corn Nuts got to start a bunch of broncs this summer, and we'll hopefully put some cattle in the yard.
That way you can ride them, give those horses something to do.
Well, my wife, she's a mare connoisseur, and she got about 40 head of brood mare, so we got plenty to do. And we're doing a lot of stuff at the ranch where we live, the league, and the guy that owns it, I don't know if I need to say his name. His name's, but I don't know. Anyways, he is building us a horse facility program that is top notch, and it's going to be bad. And my buddies are building it. Lane Ivy and Tanner and a bunch of their subbing it out. You know, the Cody King, Hank Smith, all some bad welders.
Mm-hmm.
And Pooch's son, they hired Pooch's son, Caesar. He's there welding, and it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's going to be crazy. We just started completely over, gutted the whole son of.
Yeah,
left one barn. And
what are you going to do with it?
Man, I think we're going to, kicking it around. There's been some big changes in RHAA. I think a lot of people are pissed off, and I really don't know what all's going on there. But I talked to Lanham, and we may try to do something like that. Benjamin used to have the coolest ranch rodeo ever.
Really?
Yeah. And then I think with Chase being okay with it, try to bring the Benjamin Ranch Rodeo, and just
some fun stuff like that.
Yeah. Maybe Kelby and Abby want to come out and load a bunch of horses up and just get away.
Yeah.
Come out here and work horses. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool.
So, man, there's so many people out there that are trying to get into it. Well, before I get into that question, how did Corn Nuts come about?
His name?
Well, no, him working for you.
He listened to the podcast.
Yeah.
The first one. And then there was a lot of people that called and a lot of people that messaged me. I don't know why. I answered Corn Nuts for some weird reason. Anyways, the only thing I asked is if you knew how to start colts and could you rope. And he said yes. And I just said, all right, come to Benjamin, Texas. Call me when you get here. Just like Tom did me, Call me when you get to the store. And I'll be.
Yep.
Yeah, he showed up.
Worked out so far.
Yeah, he's a hard worker.
Good. How old
Don't get a big head there, Corn Nuts.
How old is he?
I don't have a clue.
How old are you? 20? Golly. No wonder he doesn't have facial hair. You're only 20? Good heavens. He's a big old boy for 20.
Yeah. I felt that today a while ago.
Oh, yeah. He got on a couple of ranch broncs today and did pretty good. Rode them both. Ryan picked him up. Do you ever miss cow calf?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Are you going to get to go anywhere this spring?
I hope I get to go to Sixes.
Yeah.
Help Gringo.
Well, surely you will.
I hope. It's my favorite place to go. It's close. Well, my father-in-law, help my father-in-law. He's got about 800 cows, 1,000 cows, something like that. And then
when do y'all brand?
Oh, for which one?
Your father-in-law. Sixes will be in April.
Yeah, they ran all sorts of times. I think he'll start 1st of April. Because Laramie usually always does sell videos for them horses.
Yeah.
And uses footage of anywhere from April to April 15th.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Yep, I'll be there.
You coming? Come on. They won't give a shit, I promise you.
I'm just kidding. But seriously. Anyway, yeah, so, but you like the yearlings, you get to rope, you get to work your horses, but it's a good way for you to make money with your connections in the area.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Pretty lucky. I mean, I ain't. I worked hard, but I mean, it's worked out good with the horses and the yearlings, and it all goes hand in foot, I think.
Well, I guess the reason I ask is because so many people ask me about, working on a ranch, and if to the uneducated eye, it's almost like the only job would be to go be a cowhand somewhere. And while that is, there's not a thing wrong with it, and that's where everyone could go and should go. There's also ways to, that's where everyone should spend some time to get, a lot of the fundamentals learned, but there's ways that you can get creative to make, a little more money.
Right, yeah.
Than you would otherwise.
Cowboys, you got to have a side hustle. That's all there is, too. You got to be able to start broncs, shoe horses, float teeth, I mean, some sort of other income, because it's just straight day working wage. The only way that'll work is if that guy puts you up in a house, he feeds you, he provides you with a truck, and he feeds your horses, and you sit there and don't move that pickup.
Yeah.
And that is the only way to be a day working cowboy. In my eyes, I think. I would think I would know. I mean, I've seen a lot of them. But,
yeah.
And it's still not enough, but it's the life we chose, I think.
Trailer tires $300.
Yeah. No shit, oil change $500. Believe me.
Yeah.
Diesel. Everything. And there ain't nothing cheap about a horse. Or, mohair cinch, $100. Lady go, $40.
Yeah.
Brand new saddle, $6,500. And that's just for a plain Jane good saddle.
Yeah.
Case of beer, who cares? Because we need it.
Here.
Right.
Joke's on them. I'd have given more.
Yeah.
What are some of the side hustles you've had?
Mainly just like trying to ride some horses, shoe some horses. I used to help Ron Redford. I would help him go shoe. I'd help Ron go shoe. I mean, I've had to build fence. I mean,
yeah,
whatever it took.
Right.
You know, haul hay. Just whatever needed to be done, I would do it. I mean, sometimes I just had to put my hat up, you know, get after it. You know.
Sometimes you have to what?
Sometimes I just have to hang my hat up and, you know, just do a bullshit job that she didn't want to do, but there was no cows to be punched, you know, and it's like during the drought. When was that, 11? Shit, I went to work for Hager's, you know, they run yearlings and shit, and they had, I drive a combine, which I told you all this. I drive a combine and plow, and God, I hated every bit of it, but, I mean, I needed a job.
Yeah. So there's 3 phases there, buddy. There's cow-calf, there's stalker phase, which is wheat pasture, which is what Ryan's in. Then there's feedlot. Those are the 3 main. I guess you could follow them all the way to the slaughterhouse and work in there. But you ever worked in a feedlot?
Oh, yeah. I worked at Hartley Feeders when I was right out of high school. 3 days after I graduated, Jodine showed up at my house, Jodine Hand, and he said, "Let's go, I got us a job." I said, "Where are we going?" He said, "We're going to Nortex. We're going to work there." I said, "All right." I said, "How are we getting there?" He said, "Well, we got to use your truck and trailer." I said, "Okay." We get to Vernon to the first diesel store, and Jodine's like, "You're going to have to buy. I'll pay you back when I get my first check." I said, "Do what?" He said, "Yeah, I ain't got no money." I don't have a clue where the hell we're going. I've never been to Amarillo. We get to Amarillo, and I think, damn, we are damn near to Alaska. We get to Dalhart. We get to his cousin's house, and I said, "Well, so when do we start working?" I mean, what did he say? "Well, we got to go talk to him." Well, that was a lie because we didn't even have a job. And we go there. Of course, they won't hire us. So we go to Cargill. Well, their motto is no rope, no lope, and no dope there at Cargill, which I think it's bought out by, I think 5 Rivers owns it now. It's called XIT Fish, I think. Anyways, so we got to ride our horses across this tarp, and they interview us both separately. And I go in there, and, you know, I don't know what the hell to tell him, so I'm feeding him all this bullshit, which I'd never been in a feedlot ever, and I did say that. And they come back in there. I mean, it was like getting sent to the principal. And then he brought us back in there, and he said, "Well, I'll hire you, but I ain't hiring your buddy. Your buddy don't really have any incentive." I said, you know, so we left. Somehow we both got hired on at Hartley Feeders, and it was after Congress, and you had to go to Dumas, take a drug test, and all this. And Jodine still has not paid for we smoked Marlboro Red long ones. That's how broke we was. We was so broke, and I was about out of money. There were some cucumbers in the not the saddle house. What do they call them rooms at a feed yard?
Where you make the tags?
Not tags. Like where you eat lunch, break room. Like there's a break room. It's right there next to the saddle house at the feed yard. Somebody had left some cucumbers in there, and that's what me and Jodine ate. We just chopped them cucumbers up and put salt on them, and I swear that is a true story. That's how broke we were.
Golly.
Ugh. Yeah, tell me about it. I think I weighed about a whopping 160 pounds back then. But
that's not that small. Pretty normal size.
I think Jodine, he left me there in the middle of the night. He quit, and they got them guys to drive around them feed yards at night. They just safety men or whatever. And I loaded my shit, and I was going back home. He said, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm leaving." And he said, "Well, y'all just wait till tomorrow." I said, "I'm out of here." And that was on my only feed yard experience. I think I worked there about 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing. I think everybody should work in feed yard, because if you can see sick cattle in a feed yard, you can see sick cattle outside.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. I was on a processing crew at a feed yard. That was all I needed. It was like my first job. I was in high school though. Yeah.
It's a small world, because our neighbor now, Ryan Morehouse, runs that yard for 5 Rivers. the yard that I was at in Hartley, and it's when we pulled up there and got that job. I don't know how big it was then. I think it's like 80 or 90,000, but like 70,000 were hostings. So you just pull up there and you see black and white dots as far as I could see. And them son of a bucks just follow you around, try breeding your horse and eating on your horse's tail. I mean, it takes a very special man to want to spend his life in a feed yard.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at Crow Hollow in Headley.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it was called at the time. I don't know what it is now. At the football player, Ray Childress, he's number 79 for the Houston Oilers. He owned it. It's kind of a random fact, but yeah, football player out of Houston owned it. But I wasn't on a horse. I was just behind a vaccine gun. I was a vaccine queen. Mark said Mark Voss, he said you were from East Texas.
Yeah, they called us ticks. I mean, I was the only one because I was the first one to come. But yeah, him and Ray Bradley, yeah, East Texas ticks is what they call me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Grayford's that far from here, but whatever.
Which I thought was hilarious, just coming out of Grayford, that he called you East Texan.
I had a buddy, he went up to Pitchforks. He'd come up there to help us work, and Ray Bradley, he'd get bent in the beer a little bit. We all had, and he said, "You damn East Texas ticks." And Patrick said, "What's that supposed to mean, Ray Bradley?" Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean, Ray Bradley?
Anything east of Wichita, I guess you're a tick. That's what they told us.
Is this east of Wichita?
I don't.
I feel like I'm straight south.
I don't know.
I'll have to look on the map. Anyway, he said you wanted to fight Cowboy Cerrone.
No, that's bullshit.
He said that you were like ready to take him on.
No, really, I don't even know who that is. But no, I would not.
Yes, huh? The guy that hangs around here, he's been on my podcast like 3 times. UFC fighter, been in 48 UFC fights.
Yeah, okay.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet him, but no, I do not want to fight. Damn Mark.
He got in a fight with Conor McGregor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Conor won, but
Oh, he did?
yeah. So you're redheaded like Conor was.
Oh, so he's pissed.
Maybe you got a
I
chance.
hope the hell he don't listen to this.
No, he doesn't actually. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, that's a safe bet. I didn't realize you were at the Pitchfork same time as Mark was. You might have told me, but I kind of missed that detail.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Is that when you first met him?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when Peter was there.
Oh, yeah, he instigated you guys fighting.
Yeah. The very first day I met him in a matter of like 7 minutes. Yeah.
You almost beat him up.
No, I did not. I did not even come close.
Have you ever beat anybody up?
No, I have not. No. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think I've ever won.
Well, Kelby told me that we missed some of your stories.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I wrote some shit down. So I didn't forget this time. My little black book.
What do you got?
Well, I got a story about getting robbed. I got a story.
You got robbed?
Yeah, I need to tell a story about Kai losing a bunch of money for Kai since I guess I bashed him. They said I bashed him. I was mean. Let me get the story over with Kai first. So me and Kai, we're at the Bells, and we go to this team roping in Amarillo. And Kai ropes really good, and everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Under pressure, they don't make Kai Houston ropes good. And I was healing, and I was riding a ex-stud of the Bells, Holy Little Pepto, that Chris Wilson let me ride, and he was a bad heel horse. Anyways, so we're roping in the 10, and turns out we come out to be second high call back in the 10. And I'm good. I mean, I'm not pressured up. Kai, he don't get pressured up. The son of a bitch can rope, and he ropes really good. Always has. So I'm doing good. We back in the box. I'm not saying nothing. And this lady says, these boys are roping to split $28,000 apiece and a free trip to the World Series finale. And I'm thinking, why in the hell did she say that? And that's all I'm thinking about. That's all I'm thinking about. And Kai just comes up there and he ropes the shit out of it. And I come around and I'm swinging, and I just dump it right in the dirt.
Dang.
There's like $28,000 in to go rope at the finale. Get to the back of the box, and I talk a lot of shit about Kai Houston. And he just goes, taps me on the back, said, "Bud, we'll get him at the next one."
Dang.
You know, I want to go out and hang myself. So I got to tell that story about Kai. Love you. Sure.
Whenever we, Tim and Kai were on the, Kai came onto the podcast with Tim Washington.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. And we usually do some questions from the audience.
Yeah.
And Cole sent me some for Kai and said, "What's up with the accent?" And Kai was like, I guess I do kind of sound. And then the next question from the audience, they're usually, but it, you know, anyways. And Cole, the next question was, what was it like getting knocked out in Vegas? And he kind of turned red and he was like, "No, how do you know about that?"
That's true. I do know.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently it's just like two people know that he got in a fight with a homeless guy.
Random homeless drug dealer that got jumped by the cops.
Yeah. Well, I had messaged him. I was like, "You got any questions from the audience for Kai?" And he thought I meant Kai Hamilton. So he was talking about the accent with being Australian. And then he was talking about getting knocked out on that bull at the NFR.
Oh,
and I just so happened to ask Kai Fuston this.
He caught on.
And no, we didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
I didn't till the end. And I was like, wait a second. Because then there was something about kangaroos. I was like, I think these questions from the audience are for a different Kai. But it was just crazy because he was like, "How did you know I got knocked out in Vegas?"
Did you ever hear about him sleepwalking?
No.
I ain't telling that story, but it's great. It's epic.
Dang. Well, now I want to know.
All right, I'll tell it.
Okay.
I can't, God, but I want to so bad.
What did he do? Did he pee on something? I had a buddy that would sleepwalk and pee on things.
Really? No, he just sleepwalks. And he woke up. I don't think it's really that bad. Oh, I'll tell you. He was at Red Steagle, and they went to sleep, and he woke up, and he'll take TVs and try to put them in the bathtub, shit like that. But this time he walked outside.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he's at the Stockyards at the hotel. God, I'm sorry. But he's at the Stockyards at the Stockyards Hotel.
Yeah,
anyways, he walks outside, and he's walking down the deal, and he walks out on a fire escape. He's just in his shorts, no shirt on. And then, he don't know where the hell he is. So he wakes up, and then he figures out, he's like, "Oh, shit," and the door's locked, and he can't get back in. Kai, I love you, okay? So he crawls down, and Kai is, very anorexic. Okay, he needs a good
he's tiny.
Oh, God, needs a good tube warming. He walks back in there in his shorts and no shirt and his socks on, and this the dude at the desk, whatever you call them, is like, "Get out of here, you damn crackhead." He's like, "I swear to God, I'm staying here." He's in his boxer briefs, looks like a crackhead all drawn up in the rib cage. And he's like, "Please, just let me call my room number." And then he couldn't remember his damn room number. Luckily, Whitney woke up, went looking for him, and come downstairs and said, "What are you doing?" Kai's like, "I'm trying to get back in the room." Anyways, it all worked out. But please don't shoot me. Yeah, get out of here, you damn crackhead.
I think I remember Dusty telling me that he sleptwalk. Now that you mention it.
He's bad. He's bad.
That'd be funny, like on the wagon or something. Good heavens. What else you got in that book?
A bunch of numbers. All right, so one time we was at can Corn Nuts give me another beer?
That's up to Corn Nuts. Corn Nuts, we need a beer.
We was at me and a guy named Dewey Hill. Yes, I know a guy named Dewey Hill.
I know Dewey.
Oh, you know Dewey?
Yeah.
Dewey Loma?
Didn't he used to run around with Eddie?
Yep.
Yeah, I know Dewey. Yep.
Short. He used to be bone crud. Probably still is.
He looks like it. Very wiry. I wouldn't want to fight him either.
No. We went to first time Thomas took us to this Bright Ranch. All of us, or a bunch of us, Eddie and all of us. Well, me and Dewey went back to start the Colts. And it's in Valentine, Texas, and there ain't Valentine, Texas. But this ranch is on the back side, and the back side of the ranch is the Rio Grande.
Mm.
So we were way off down in there. And we're starting a bunch of fillies and some horse colts, and we're Maverick some calves with Mike Caper. He's a very well-known artist.
Yeah, doesn't he make up a lot of bits and
That's
spurs?
his son, Wilson. His son, Wilson, does for. We was with Mike. And anyways, we got this Blue Bronc filly that I'm riding, and the owners had left for the weekend. We stayed because we didn't know where to go. And she was a bucking son of. And I told Dewey, I said, well, I'm just gonna leave her saddled. I'll leave her saddled, and I'll ride her again tomorrow. And we went through the day, and I can't remember what day it was. We went through the day and got our works done. Well, I had a buckskin horse. It was a ranch horse that I was mavericking them calves off of. Well, somewhere in the middle of the night, we were staying in a big, long bunkhouse, like an old school bunkhouse. Well, we had to stay with the fencers, too. So the fencers stayed right there. We all shared one bathroom. And then me and Dewey slept on the end in bunk beds. In the middle of the night, these guys come through there, got lost on the trail. And they broke into the big house, and it's all tied into a badass headquarters. So they broke in the big house. Well, they said there was money and guns. Nobody ever goes in the big house. There's money and guns in there and all sorts. Well, these guys stole 4 cans of frozen orange juice, like them old school Tropicanas,
Yeah.
and potato chips. They were hungry and thirsty. Well, we get out there the next morning, and I could tell there is shit tore up everywhere. And that Bronc filly is gone. And the gates open to the horse pasture. We get to look around there. Mike shows up. He was staying at Mac White's house. Well, he shows up, and I said, this filly's gone. And then, like underneath that saddle house was all tore up, and there was foot tracks and shit. And then we realized we'd been robbed. And Mike, he was an ex-Marine. He was I don't know what he was in the Marine Corps, but this something he can track. So he tracks them where they come in there to the big house, where they stole everything or took the food, come out there. Well, I guess they try to get on that Blue Bronc filly to ride her. There's 3 of them. And that's where I guess she went crazy and tore all the shit up underneath there. And that saddle, the gate to the saddle house, or to where the horses come in, where they caught horses, was open, where they took that buckskin horse. There was a Navajo blanket gone, my saddle, and a pair of, I think they were Dewey's hobbles with a Campbell hardware. Anyways, so Mike just tells us going on about our day, and he tracks them. Well, of course, the cops, the Border Patrol's called. And so the Border Patrol gets there, and we make a statement.
You didn't go with him?
Oh, no, it gets better.
Okay.
So we go on about a rat kill. We go on about our day. And there's helicopters. There's people on 4-wheelers. I mean, there's people everywhere. Well, they found this, which one we found? They found this blue filly. She come running back to headquarters, cut all to hell. And the saddle was on her, and the hobbles weren't. I'm sorry. Anyways.
The saddle was on her? But we realized, we gathered the horse, realized the buckskin filly was, or the buckskin gelding was gone. So the Navajo blanket, we figured they was packing drugs or something. We didn't know. So anyways, we got the Border Patrol out there. They're flying. They're horseback. They're on 4-wheelers. We get a call about 4 or 5 o'clock that they found them kids. Well, I guess they dug a hole underneath one of them greasewoods, and one of them boys, turns out their boys, had his hand out when them 4-wheelers run over it. When he did, that boy jumped up. They had 150 pounds of dope. Dang.
Yeah. So they call us up there to verify. I mean, I guess to get her back. Dewey never got the hobbles, but we get up there, and these boys look like they come out of a Clint Eastwood movies. They go, had them, what's them things called?
Ponchos? A poncho?
Sarapa? Yeah. Yeah. They look like they come right out of Clint Eastwood movie. And there was one sitting there, and he was pissed, and he was not saying. The other two, that other one was just telling everything, what happened. Well, the one that was pissed off, he was the one to try to get on that Blue Bronc filly, and she bucked his ass off and kicked him right in the back. So they stole the buckskin horse because he was gentle, put the Navajo blanket on, tied the drugs to him. When they'd come to them fences, they'd take rocks and beat them.
T-post down?
Yeah, and then jump that buckskin horse across and then turn him loose when it come daylight. They were near the road. But,
dang.
Yeah. So we get up there, and we're looking in that one board show. He asked that one kid, because this one kid, he's spilling beans. What happened? How they got lost on the trail, and they had one phone, but it was what did I say it was? Track phone. It was a track phone.
Yeah.
They had one track phone, and that was it, and they got lost on the trail. And that Border Patrol, I said, he said, why ain't he talking? He said, hell, it don't matter. He said, once you get done with us and turn us loose and take us back to Mexico, he said, we're as good as dead. He said, you might as well just shoot us right here. He said, that guy, we got the drugs taken up. He's going to kill us, all of us. They're about 15 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep. True story.
That is a
true story.
Tough line of work to be in.
Yep. Got the drugs taken, got bucked off, kicked in the back. He was pissed.
They're going to probably die.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
Man. What went wrong in their plan?
I guess so. Like down there, they got a big weather balloon. Like when the clouds come up or it goes raining, that weather balloon goes down. Well, that's when all them mules go to hiking across there. I mean, there's Border Patrol all over, and they fly that area. And I guess I don't know what, but it was packed. I mean, they got lost on the trail, and they ended up at headquarters.
Gotcha.
And they run out of water and food, and they probably just seen light because there's some big ass mountains down there, big mountains. And I'm sure they just walked in the middle of the night.
So that was you getting robbed?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said you got held up.
No. I don't think I've ever been held up. That was us getting robbed.
Yeah. That's close enough. Because they were, I mean.
So, like, it was cool. Like, you walked out of that bunkhouse, and then there's, like, a little breezeway. It had picnic tables where you ate because the cook shack wasn't big enough. You walked in that cook shack, and then right on the other side of that cook shack was the saddle house. So the foot tracks led out where that led the buckskin horse out. They'd come right in front of us. And I guarantee them damn fencers, they knew something about it. But
Oh, there was people on the ranch that knew something about it.
I'm not saying they did or not. I'm just saying them fencers that were in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dang.
Yep.
It's wild it didn't wake you up whenever that.
Yeah, because that blue blanc filly shit was strung everywhere.
Yeah. Ooh. I bet that was wild. That'd be fun to have like a security camera video of.
I know. That was a cool ranch. So like the old commissary, it was actually a town at one time. Pancho Villa come across there with a bunch of stolen horses, and then like there's still the old it's still an old store, They kept it all the same. They come in there as a store, post office, and everything. They come in there and killed everybody in the town, hung the store clerk up, cut his throat, robbed the store, and you can still see where they hung him up, and the blood's still there on the concrete.
Wow.
There's a lot of history about that ranch. A lot of history.
Wow.
What was the name of the town?
The closest town?
The town that was there.
I don't know.
Like that song that Tonight We Ride, it says that part about Poncho Villa. It says like the people of Columbus. That wasn't it?
No. Like the ranch's name was called, I don't know if I can say it. The ranch, what it was back then. I don't know if it still is, but like you went to Valentine, you went back off in there towards the river. I think it's like 28 miles back off in there.
From Valentine?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Valentine, it was the closest town. Marfa's where they had the home.
We need to figure out when it was because I'm pretty sure Pancho Villa crossed the border and the year was 18.
It was a neat ranch. They had a closed herd on Herefords, and no cattle in ever.
Man.
Yep. It was neat.
That is neat. I bet they were trotty. You probably didn't have to.
No, they wasn't too bad. They had a set of mares. There was 2 sets of mares on that ranch. Mac had a set, had a good stud, play gun stud. Then Jim had a set. He had a bucking horse stud that I think Mike had found him. We were sitting there holding the herd one day, and I was riding this saw son, and this buck was wild. I mean, not wild, but like every hole you'd come to, he'd try jumping it. A mule deer jumped up from me one time, and he hung her down. I got him rode. We're sitting there holding the herd, and I think Dewey's Maverick and the calf, and they do a lot of flybys through there. You know, the military. You know, close river. That's when them hover jets like come out of nowhere, like the sound broke, and he bucked my off. It's about as hard as I ever been bucked off my entire life. Yep.
Dang, I was about to ask you something. What else you got in there?
About crashing the wagon when I sick Deets on that horse.
You did what?
We were moving horses at the Bells, and Zach was the wagon boss.
Yeah.
Manager. And Chris had hired a bunch of kids, college kids, and for some reason I was
to help y'all flank those huge calves.
For some reason, I was moving the wagon from South Saco to Mule Camp, I believe. And Zach took half the crew and was going to gather another deal. We were moving the horses. This one horse kept running out in Deets. He was there. He played D1 football for Canyon. I mean, great big. Deets.
Why'd you call him Deets?
Because he's blacker than Ace of Spades.
I hope you're enjoying a ranch fuel as you're listening to this episode of Rodeo Time. Use code DALE on ranchfuel.com for 15% off, old son. Drink up and use code DALE on ranchfuel.com. Total Feeds is what keeps the herd powered here at Radiator Ranch, and Total Equine is what I've been giving Boone for 10 years. He's 24 years old and still going strong. You can get it on Chewy.com or a dealer near you.
Anyways, I tell Deets, we got everything going on. I tell Deets, I said, Deets, if that horse runs off there again, I said, you drive that son as far as you can out there, and when he comes back, you get in the crack of his and you hang it on him.
Yeah.
Well, Deets don't rope that good. And hadn't roped that good all spring. You know, love him to death. Deets ain't caught a cold. He's trying. He's learning. Not that day. Deets stood up and, I mean, reared back and fired one and drew a knot on this blue. Well, Deets' saddle wasn't tied. Shot out from underneath his horse. Deets hits the ground, choya, everything. Well, this blue horse runs into the herd in the remuda, and it's dragging his saddle. And I got the wagon stop, and I am whipping myself. I mean, I'm laughing my ass off. Well, these horses go to scattering because they're dragging that saddle. Well, that gray horse comes running up by the wagon, and it scares them wagon horses. I'm thinking, oh, shit, we got a problem. And Deets, I can hear Deets in the background. He's running after about 80 head of horses saying, whoa. And whoa ain't working. That team grabbed their ass. And with North Saco, they just built a new trap. I'm pretty sure it's a new fence. If not, they built a new fence after that. But them wagon horses take off, and they are running their asses off. And I did not know what to do. And I've got the brake on, and I'm standing up, and I'm screaming, whoa, at the same time. And Deets is, he's way the hell back there, and there's horses going everywhere, and they're just trying to throw these horses together. And I'm like, what in the hell are we going to do now? We are fishing to die and all get fired. So I see this mesquite tree out there, and I thought, and I see the fence. I'm like, because these horses they're not stopping, these wagon horses. I veer them towards the tree. I thought, that ain't going to work. And I veer them towards the left, and I just crash them into that barbed wire fence. I mean, boom! Got it all stopped. And then he come right up. I'm sorry. I said, I think we're a little late for sorry, buddy. Let's get these sumbitches out of here and get going.
Did you get a chewing?
No, it wasn't a scratch on them horses. Tore the hell out of that fence. I mean, they just kind of bounced off of it. Mickey Minnie was her name. I just kind of bounced off of it, run into it, and they realized the wagon took more of a crashing than anything. But
yeah.
On that Deets, he's in the background screaming, whoa, whoa, like it was going to do any good.
Who was cooking out there on the wagon? Or you were just pulling the wagon?
No, we were working.
Or was it spring?
We were working. Who the hell was cooking? I can't remember that guy. It wasn't Kent that time. It was another guy. He was terrible. Showed up. Zach's like, man, we got us a new cook. And he showed up, and he's unloading, and he has got an ass load of Dutch ovens. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I was like, Zach said, this is going to be good. And I'm like, yeah, we got a problem, Zach. He said, what's the problem? You see all them Dutch ovens? They're brand new. This guy didn't know. He was terrible. Terry starved us. I got so mad one time. So we come in there, we work the South Seco. I don't know, 250, 300 calves. Come in there. I mean, these college boys, they can eat. Everybody can eat. Hell, we're hungry. We're having we're having quesadillas. And I'm thinking, this is going to be good. He's leveling out. He's got it figured out that he's feeding a crew of men. No, you know what it was? It was cheese. No meat. I took my damn plate and I flung it in that pan, and I commenced to being pissed off. And Zach said, just go to headquarters and take a shower to get out of here. And I did. And after that, the only thing we ate good was Frito pie. That was his main deal. He was terrible. He sucks. I can't remember his name, and I'm glad I don't. Worst wagon cook I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, shoot. That's funny.
No, it's terrible.
Maybe that must have been before.
Frito pie. That was his deal on the wagon.
When I went out there, it was Charlie.
No, you had a good cook.
Yeah.
Well, the first time I went was Kent Rollins, and it was, oh, my God. He spoiled you.
Yeah.
I cannot remember this guy's name, and I do not want to. And I hope he listens to it. Fuck
yeah. Who else has made you that mad?
Not very many people. I don't know.
Do black cattle make you that mad?
Not really. They pay the bills. I can't cuss them like Cole.
Yeah.
I got bills to pay.
Everybody gave me a hard time on my Facebook.
About the cattle?
About hating black cattle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like people on there, that's a difference in a cowboy and a cattleman. I was like, oh, my gosh.
People are going to bitch no matter what.
Just listen to what he's saying. Just use context.
I don't like it. Quit listening to it.
No kidding. That made me roll my eyes. No, he's not been around our black. He's just saying in general, black cows are gentle. Too gentle sometimes.
They're terrible to drive.
I think it's funny. It's hilarious to listen to him, especially being next to him. And he's just cussing them, going back and forth. His horse is sweating all the way.
I'm not one to sit here and preach to the choir, but I'll brag on another man's cows too. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Bragging on them, I mean cussing the hell out of them.
Yeah. No, I have heard you do that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what made me ask that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't pull that out of thin air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll cuss a black cow. I'll cuss any cow. I don't give a shit.
What's your favorite cow? Describe to me an ideal cow for Ryan Wakefield.
Mine.
There you
Personal.
go. Yeah, if you own them.
Yeah.
Especially
and I don't. Laramie Miles do.
Yeah, especially in 2025.
Yeah, if you can afford a cow right now.
Yeah.
No, it's market. It's crazy.
So do you keep the heifers so you ain't got to buy them?
No.
Or do you sell them and get the money?
I just go off what CJ says whenever the market's out the wazoo. I tell Laramie, I say, go in there and wean everything 300 pounds and up. Make bank. You don't even need to brand them. You can make more just selling Maverick Bull right now than anything.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, we went through them. Sold everything.
I don't blame you.
Not everything, but I mean, if it was old, yeah, we definitely need some bulls. Yeah, I sold my bulls in the fall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we keep all our heifers all the time, and it was just it was about to get weird. It's about to get awkward. We're going to have some awkward conversations.
Going to have a dry cow ranch?
Yeah, well, there were going to be some inbred. So they were going to look like that new bull that we got. What's his name? Free base. Oh, yeah, buddy. Dale keeps all his heifers. Got the same bull on the daughter.
Joe Watkins got some good Angus bulls in Claude, Texas. If you ever need a bull,
I might need one.
Yep.
I usually get them from RA.
Oh yeah, they got
Donald.
good bulls.
Donald. But they're so close too.
Yeah, that's handy.
Handy. Dang. I have one more question.
What else you got? Are we done?
I'm gonna set up the fight with you and Cerrone.
No, you're not. I'd love to meet him though.
What else you got? Read it off.
Not that much.
Oh, yeah, let me see if Kelby said anything.
I don't like how Kelby's just doing all the questioning.
No, he just said,
He knows you got good stories.
he just said,
Well, there's a bunch I forgot.
Bones won't jump on here. He no-showed me.
Why?
He said he had to take a horse to La Mesa, which I believed him, but.
That'll be a good one. Yeah. I couldn't, them horse trainers, they live a different life.
Yeah.
It takes a different breed to be a horse trainer. And I got all the respect in the world for them.
Yeah.
For what they do and how they do it and the life they live. And it's
almost as monotonous as a feedlot.
Yeah.
Not quite, but almost.
But they got to deal with so many people and so many different,
Yeah.
clientele wanting to see their horse. And then everybody wants to take you to dinner and all that. And then, you just,
I don't remember that part of horse training.
No, it's miserable. I think it's miserable to them. You don't ever have any alone time.
Yeah.
But they are freaks of what they do.
Yeah.
And they're bad.
Well, I appreciate you jumping on the podcast again, doing a little picking up action for us. So,
Come
man, I wish you'd just leave that horse here.
He'll be at Abilene, Western Heritage.
What are you going to PO him at? I'll take it off of this. Hey, Bro Tater Chip. If you like getting swole-o-matic, then get yourself some Protein on MountainOps.com. Hey, or if you just like being healthy, whether you're trying to bulk up, get healthy, have energy, go to MountainOps.com and use code Kevin for 20% off. Hey, old son, if you're not feeding every morning with a Can-Am side-by-side, then you ain't no cowboy. I got a Can-Am because I needed a reliable ranch rig that I could use every day because I don't know how to work on stuff like that. So I want something that's not going to break down ever. Get yourself a Can-Am, old son. I don't know if I can give that. maybe take him to Abilene.
Jobu.
What is it?
Jobu.
Jobu.
Yeah. I actually bought him off Ron.
Oh, yeah?
I'll leave this on here. I bought him off Ron. Ron bought him as a yearling.
From you?
Yep. Or from my wife, from Laramie. And he sent him to me. He was busy shoeing, and I went to roping off of him, and I loved him. Absolutely loved him. And then I asked if he'd sell him, and he said no. And he sent me a text one day with a picture of him saying that he needed to get to the spring, then he would sell him. So Ron done a lot of the work on that horse.
Yeah.
So Ron's handy. He's very handy with a horse, which everybody I hang out with is very handy with a horse besides me.
Yeah. That's why you hired old corn nuts. Corn nuts.
Corn nuts.
Does he like corn nuts or
I don't
something?
give a shit if he does or not. We got corn nuts. We got Henry Humping Horse and John Boy.
Henry Humping Horse and John Boy. Yeah.
Everybody's got a nickname.
Everybody's got to have a good nickname. What do you call me when I'm not around?
I'll just DB.
Yeah. That's nickname enough.
It can go both ways. Go Brisby. Dumb bastard.
You came up with that really fast. Really fast. Just rolled off the tongue really easy. Cool.
You,
Did I what?
do this rodeo, you're going to come. You're going to announce it.
Yeah, I'll do something at it.
Okay.
Huh? No, I don't know if I said I'll do something at it. I don't know if I'll be a
Miles
good
wants you to
announcer.
be on his team so bad. You have to have faith.
That's when I'll really let him down. Yeah, don't meet your heroes. Cole, you gonna go over there and help him tomorrow? You need somebody to process for you?
No, that one guy, he done said he was coming. What's his name? The one, the bull rider.
Oh, yeah? Cameron?
Cameron. Yeah. He said he don't have a horse, but you got to sell. I said, hell, be at Benjamin 7 corners, come get you from the store.
Hell yeah. You don't have a truck either. You gonna give him a ride?
Well, he didn't tell me that part.
We'll get him there. Cool deal. Well, thanks for coming over to Winnebago. Everybody check out Rock and Roll Denim. I I was going to say rodeotime.com. I don't know why I said rock and roll. That's what I'm wearing. Check out rodeotime.com and rock and roll denim. And we're on to the next one. Thanks, Ryan Wakefield.
Yes, sir.
You'll probably get some more Facebook requests after this.
I don't know why. I'm just a broke cowboy. Never done nothing in my life. I let a lot of people down.
Well, God, you make it sound cool, though. You do make that sound cool.
Oh, I got another. Here's a quick one. We went to Red Steagle one time. We were kicking in the rodeo, come back Sunday and done good in Bronc Ride. And I was on Swenson's team. And that's when Stoney was there. And we were fishing to win the rodeo. And I got my ass bucked off to lose the rodeo. And Stoney still won top horse.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. That's the kind of guy I am.
There you go.
I don't know why in the hell anybody would want to listen to me, but thanks.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anytime, buddy.
You were the first of the Texas Cowpuncher series. So we'll get Bones, Kelby. We'll get them guys on here, too.
That'll be good. It'll be really good.
Pow, pow, and on to the next one, old son.
Yes, sir.